Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? I hope you guys are doing well, and welcome to the show that has a Latino guest when it's the 4th of July. Music Exposed! Wow, that's a long one. Okay. Hope you guys are doing well. Espero que estejam todos bem. Oh, I'm speaking Portuguese. That meant, how are you doing? I hope you guys are doing good. Today is 4th of July, so happy birthday or something? I don't know. I'm in Europe. I have no idea. Don't.
Hey, could you sing happy birthday to the United States, please?
What? Do you want me to sing like happy birthday to the United States?
Yes.
No. Yes. Okay. Thank you so much, Warrior, by the way, for the 100 bits, and then for the 128 bits, and then Silence Noise. Thank you for the resub, by the way. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to
shut the fuck
you.
Up, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. Give Mom my love.
Thank you, Primo, for the 20 euros. I really appreciate it. Happy birthday, dear Canada.
Oh my God. Can't even get the country right. What is this?
Sorry. Happy birthday, America. United States of America. I'm so sorry. I butchered that. If you don't know who I am, you never saw my face before. I'm Sarah Jazz. Today, I'm extreme goth. And I was a professional musician before I did Twitch as clearly a very successful comedian. Haha, let's sit down. Hello. And obviously, you can hear somebody in the background that's not just voices in your head. Could also be, but... I'm
definitely voices in your head. Don't listen to her.
It is...
Definitely.
It is really my co-host, The Silence Noise. Please give it up for The Silence Noise!
Yes. That's right.
Hi.
We're here for another week to take on your criticism.
Yes.
And to listen to... I didn't realize, though, this week coming in... See, normally... Sarah is pretty good about letting me know show announcements and when things on the show are changing. But I didn't realize that my guest host this week was Amy Lee from Evanescence. So I'm really glad. I'm not a huge fan of your music. I'm not going to lie. Like, you know, I can appreciate that you brought in hordes of little teenage girls.
We can't hear anything because there's 1,000 views. Thank you, Lori, for the 101 bits. What did you say? I have puppies everywhere.
So, you know, I am, you know, I'm not a huge fan of Evanescence, but what I can say is I'm happy that it brought hordes of, you know, 13 and 14-year-old girls into the metal scene.
Yes.
Which I'm sure are Thomas Frank's favorite. We'll ask him about that today. Like how well Thomas Frank ingratiates himself to Evanescence fans and 13-year-old girls who think My Immortal is the saddest song ever written. They're like, My Immortal is the most horrible experience. I listened to it and my cat got sick, and then I was very sad because I had to clean up after my cat who got sick.
Yeah, and I got traumatized from that day because the first time I heard the song, you know, it was so terrible.
Yeah, so Amy, what inspired you to write that song?
To be very honest with you, I didn't write the song. It was my writers.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah. So I think they had a really bad day, but I'm supposed to say that, that it was very, it was very emotional. But in reality,
hi, traumatized cat fan.
A traumatized.
It's true.
Yes.
Well, shout out to our traumatized cat fans out there.
Yes.
We appreciate you. Yeah. We're here for you. You can always listen to My Immortal from Amy Lee, my co-host today.
Yes.
Over there. She put it into you. Yeah. So, Amy, you've continued to make music over all these years. Yeah. But I don't know that anyone has ever listened to any of it. So how does it feel to have written, a lot of CDs, and maybe chat can help us out with this, a lot of music, and your 13-year-old girls have grown up and they're probably now off listening to Justin Bieber or something, and thinking that that's much deeper. How does that feel? It
feels crushing, to be honest, because once again, women lose. Once again, we are taken over by a man in boxer shorts whose bulge has to be photoshopped.
Okay, so who do you think would win in a fight, you or Justin Bieber? Do you feel like you could beat up Justin Bieber?
Me, of course, because I can sing so freaking high that I will blast his earlobes. You know it. I'll be like, is that even the right person?
Yeah, that is the right person. That was. Hey, you're like, what is with you? You're like, is this the right country that I'm singing their birthday to? Is this the right song from this right band? I think that should be your shtick today, is just sing the wrong one. You're like, is this you? Oh, baby, how was I supposed to? That's Evanescence, right?
Yeah, that's Evanescence. So did you laugh? Yeah. Did you laugh when I sang Canada?
I was shocked and horrified.
What?
Because everyone that knows me knows that I am a massive patriot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for me, you can't set foot into my streams or into my social media accounts without seeing, you know, it takes you like 2 tweets to get to America.
Yeah.
You know, and that's I do believe that, you know, freedom isn't free. There's a hefty fucking fee.
Oh,
you don't chip in your $1.05.
Yeah.
Who's gonna do it?
Yeah.
Who are you chipping in? If you're not chipping in your $1.05 to the freedom that is Music Exposed, you know, because freedom costs $1.05.
Yeah.
What are you even doing?
Yeah.
You're not even free. You're probably living in a dictatorship with other Twitch streamers. You know what? Other Twitch streamers are dictators. That's the reality. They're harsh mistresses.
Oh.
If you're out donating your money to, you know, other giant streamers that I don't know their names. Like, I know a lot of you are very sad and worried about Ninja and Shroud. If you're doing your money to them, you're donating to a dictatorship. It's true.
Dictatorship?
It's yes, to potatoes.
Dictatorship.
Because that's our guest today. I said dictatorship.
Oh.
But you know what? If you're doing that, fuck them.
Well,
Sarah is definitely Well, it's good that Sarah's not here and has been replaced by Amy Lee this week. You know, because I understand she's not a saint.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why Amy didn't realize what country she's in, because, you know, Amy Lee, you travel all over the world.
Yeah.
And forgot where you were.
Yeah.
And maybe you do a lot of drugs. I don't know.
I mean, that's also a factor, but don't tell anybody, okay? Because, you know. Yeah. But it's just normal. How old am I even? I don't even know.
Where am I? What is this? Who even am I?
Where am I? Who am I? And why is this black? Hi, Warrior. Muito obrigada por dar this sub, Eric. Thank you so much for gifting that sub to Eric. I'm speaking a lot of Portuguese today. I'm sorry.
You are. You're like, people who are listening to this on the podcast are going to be like, what is even happening? Amy Lee speaks in tongues. It's really weird.
No, I'm actually just trying to seduce snakes, you know. I'm from Slytherin, and I'm like
seduce snakes.
Yeah. Oh, serpentina.
Is that really what they're doing? Are they charming them, or are they seducing them?
I don't know.
Like, as seducing a snake feels very different. It feels like a different context.
I mean,
you know, I don't know.
It's been a long time in quarantine, you know.
I understand. Yeah. We're all there.
Yeah.
You know, I've heard some stories. Unfortunately, like, you know, it seems like half of America for America's birthday, half of America is out trying to get coronavirus, which is definitely true of where I live. You know, and I kind of knew it coming into it. I live in a pretty popular tourist destination, and so I knew that this weekend was the weekend to like not go out and deal with it.
Yeah.
But I also know that a lot of dudes are out there being super aggressive. If you're one of those dudes, like, I understand it might have been months since you even saw a woman, since you sat around the house crying to my immortal. Like, maybe that's what men were doing the last 4 months. They were you cry, and then they see a woman and they're like, oh my God, I have to have it. I have to have it.
Yeah. Did you know that there are corona parties where people like who are infected get together to get corona, and who gets corona?
It's like chicken pox.
Yeah, and who gets corona first, I think, gets like a jackpot or something. Listen, I don't know if it's true, but I read something like that on the internet. This sounds
like a rumor that you used to hear about high school girls, like rainbow parties. It's like, did you hear about the rainbow parties?
Yeah. I can't believe that it's true, though, because there's a lot of fucking stupid people out there, especially in 2020. People be crazy, dude. Like, it's very mind blowing. I don't even have a mind anymore.
Matt Gaddy does not know what a rainbow party is. Well, you know, it is kind of innocent out there. So a rainbow party, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who've never heard this term, which might make some of you uncomfortable. So if you're a small child, you shouldn't be watching this show or listening to this podcast anyway. But if you're a small child, you know, cover your ears, or you know what? Turn on the latest hit from Evanescence.
Yes.
That's probably from like 2000. So you can turn on, you know, whatever that song was, Call Me When You're Sober.
No, put my newest song on, I Used to Be Famous. Please.
Yeah, so put that song on. Yeah. I Used to Be Famous. Yeah. Jam it out while I explain what a rainbow party is. So a rainbow party, which I believe is a totally made up thing, was a rumor that I think it came out on 2020 or Nightline in the United States. It was a news program released it, which is where a group of guys and a group of girls get together, and all the women wear different shades of lipstick, and then they perform acts of oral pleasure on the men in the room, and so the men are left with different lipstick all over themselves, hence the rainbow party. I know. I'm sorry to bring up your traumas, Amy. I know that this is something that you probably actually experienced in your life.
Wow.
But at the same time, you know, that was the rumor. So the best part about that is, can you imagine being in that room with a bunch of news executives? It's like, you got, what was his name? Ted Koppel. You got them like sitting in a room. They're all like, all right, what are the stories for today? I'm going to tell you the news for today. And they're like, well, did you hear about the rainbow parties, Ted? And he's like, no. Oh, I have to talk about young girls performing fellatio? I don't think that's a great news story, but it's definitely
performing fellatio. I never heard that in my life. That sounds...
You've never heard that term before? Well, I'm teaching you all sorts of things. That's what I'm good for.
Yeah, I'm here learning.
Twitch
Thank you, Warrior, for another.
Don't forget to host Guys
Thank you so much for those hosts and the donos. The donos mean a lot.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Primo. I really appreciate that, and all the bits, guys.
Fix my broken ass computer.
Yes. So how is the computer moments going? By the way, I heard there are problems with the computer thing, and you're very ragey, and it's triggering you.
I appreciate you bringing this up on a show where I'm supposed to be happy.
I mean, listen. This is like TMZ. I don't have any drama on Potato Frank, so I'll just bring up all the drama with you.
It's not even really drama. It's just sad. It's sad watching my pathetically old computer not work. It is true. I play a lot of games and the PC got burned. Yeah. No, that is not true. No, I had a lot of issues this week, and the worst issue of all is the fact that I am trying to upgrade one piece of the system, and it was shipped to me, and then they couldn't deliver it, so they shipped it back. And in the meantime, my computer has just been crashing during streams. So I didn't stream at all this week, which is not good for me.
That's not good. So please help a man out. Help a man out.
Help out Amy Lee in her struggling career.
Restart her career, make a comeback, and the Silence Noise too, since he hasn't streamed for a week, which is on Twitch means you just lost all your viewers.
Well, I didn't have any.
I don't want to alarm you, but you know.
We all know that being on this platform every week, being on Exposed, I lose followers. That's just how it is.
What? Again, please, because Primo just cut you off. Thank you, Primo, for gifting that sub to Fantastic Plastics. Yep. What is this platform for?
Ruining my followers. Oh. Every time I'm on an episode of Music Exposed, then I lose my followers. And one thing that I do want to share, I'm going to promote myself here, is that I've done such a great job on Music Exposed that tomorrow on our sister show, Twitch Finds, for those of you who don't know Twitch Finds, I'm actually doing Twitch Finds. So I will be at Sarah Jazz's anniversary stream tomorrow. And then I will be doing Twitch Finds in the meantime, and then coming back, I'm sure. Okay. Because Amy Lee will be performing live at Sarah Jazz's 2-year anniversary.
Going under. Also, by the way, I saw Matt Gaddy said in chat that that he has drama on Thomas Frank. Please share with us. We want to ask him all the questions.
Please share the tea.
He seems like such a very a wholesome guy who doesn't have any drama. Like, you know, I know he has opinions, but like is there anybody who's mad at Thomas Frank, really? Do you know anybody who was mad at Thomas Frank? Silence.
Yes.
Who?
Clearly people that wanted an American guest today for America's birthday would be very upset with Thomas Frank.
Yeah.
And I understand. So I'm mad at Thomas Frank for canceling TwitchCon this year. This is true.
Very true. I hate him for that too. How dare he?
Yeah. I know. Well, TwitchCon could have been a giant Corona party. You know, we could have had, you know, Amy Lee's first annual Corona party and Rainbow party combined.
Yeah.
You know, TwitchCon festival.
Yes.
Which, you know, could have been amazing for some people.
So
could you imagine a lot of the, like, all right, I know I'm not telling secrets here, but a lot of Twitch streamers, I imagine.
Oh, wait. No, we are on fire. Wait.
Oh my God, we're on fire!
Oh, look at that! That's fucking amazing! I love it.
I enjoy that. This is fine.
This is so fine. Thank you, Off Twice, for the resub. Also, we have a hype train now. What do you say about that?
I appreciate it.
What do you think about that? Everybody,
I'm very excited.
Everybody, get on your bit clickies and.
Get on your bits.
Get on your bit clickies and
send your donations.
I mean, donations don't count for the hype train.
Stay on fire the whole time.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yes,
I feel like that would be good for the show,
especially with those eyes and the hat.
That's true. Oh, we have to be careful with our talking and jokes on people, as TOS can easily be used against you on that.
What? Who are you talking about, Drew? Who are you talking?
Thomas Frank.
Oh, Thomas Frank.
Oh my God, Primo!
Thomas Frank is a guest today, Drew. Thomas Frank is a guest today. I don't know if you noticed that, but it says in the title. Fuck's sake.
Maybe.
Thank you so much, Primo, for gifting those 11 gift subs. I cannot.
That has been the big drama this week.
Thank you.
I mean, there has been so much drama this week on Twitter, which it's like never ending. It's a never ending hate machine on Twitter. For those of you that participate in it, like this week, I actually checked out a lot more, but I did see
I feel sorry for you.
The bullying stuff has picked up this week. I see there's a lot more conversation about streamers being bullied and things happening with that, the reason drama.
Yeah.
This is the thing. All right, explain this to me.
Yes.
You fucking weirdos in Sarah Jazz's community in this chat. Like, okay, I don't want to be in any more internet arguments. I see enough internet arguments to last the rest of my life on social media. Why y'all got to create another argument and taint the Discord with more of this arguing nonsense? It's true. I don't understand.
You mean on my Discord?
Yeah, why you got to do that? Amy
because
Lee?
It's fun. Listen. The world is so, for everybody who doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. He's talking about the very big and important revolution that is happening on my Discord server. That is between chat and me and some people in chat, which is ban raisins or save raisins. Basically, raisins for me, I think raisins should be banned, and anybody who puts raisins in food like cookies, cakes, ice cream and stuff like that should be going to jail because it's a crime. It's a crime to put... Because sometimes they're even disguised as chocolate chips, which is even the biggest crime, and you don't even know that you're biting into this shriveled awfulness of dry. Do you have vision problems? Do you have a problem telling the difference between an oatmeal raisin cookie and a chocolate chip cookie? I've never had that issue because they look pretty different. No, sometimes there's that thing. But so the thing is that Silence is basically complaining about that revolution happening on the Discord server. But let's be very honest. Some people are just kind of venting with that without having to touch on serious issues because the world is way too serious right now. Let's be very, very, very honest, right? Very So I actually have
maybe the world needs more rainbow parties.
Maybe the world needs more rainbow parties. Warrior, thank you so much for gifting that sub to Bull Moral. Thank you so much.
I'm 4 reasons.
We're not at 69% anymore. Sorry.
I know. We tried real hard. You know, maybe you should sing My Immortal to just ease everyone's pain. That would be good.
Yeah.
Just bust out the sensitive piano.
Yeah.
You know.
I think so too.
I feel like there were a lot of sensitive piano jams around that period.
Very true.
Like for some reason in the late 90s, you know, you had the Lilith Fair crowd really started getting super sensitive, and you had lots of piano jams. You know what song could literally okay, so Creep is slowly creeping its way up to #1 song I could go the rest of my life without hearing ever again. But
same.
A song that belongs near the top. Listen, if you are in this chat, I know I'm bringing back a callback from last week, but it's really important.
Oh God.
If you are in this chat and you like the song Angel by Sarah Mclachlan, then you should unfollow Sarah Jazz and you should leave this podcast forever. Have you ever heard that song?
I'm unsure.
The most awful
I'm
song
very unsure. Why should they unfollow me then? What if I don't like
Vanessa
it?
Carlton. You know what? If you like the song Angel, that will be the reason I get fired, because I will literally never talk to you again.
Okay, I have no idea what song you're talking about, actually.
You will have me in the arms of
that song! Primo, thank you so much for gifting that sub to Nemesis Gaming. Thank you so much. And we are on level 4. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Is the worst song
I hate
ever.
the singing of that song. The singing is just so half-assed. I hate it. You know?
Like, I don't know. Like, Sarah Mclachlan must have taken a bunch of Dramamine and like downers between her first album and her second album. Like, it wasn't her first album, but the first big one in the US, The Fumbling Towards Ecstasy. I don't understand, because I really enjoyed that first album that got big over here. And then it's like, she's just like, I'm slowly dying and falling asleep at the same time. Here, let me write an album in that state.
Yeah.
And literally it's not moody, it's fucking garbage.
It has vibes.
There's songs that are moody.
It has vibes.
Shut up.
Silence.
Moody is a totally different
you do
thing.
not understand the vibes. You do not understand the vibes. That song
is like 74 minutes long. Let's start with that. Why do you think that song, some executive somewhere thought it was a great decision to be like, you know what would go perfect with this song? Let's watch a bunch of animals being abused. If you lived in the United States in the late 90s and early 2000s, that song was the theme song for animals being abused. That's what it was for, okay? Don't talk about Boy. Boy was earlier streams this week, boy.
Okay, so I have a question, since you're so ragey. Did you have any beef ever with streamers? Obviously, don't say their names. Yeah, you.
Yes, Matt Gaddy. I brought it up on the stream.
Oh, true. Yeah.
It wasn't really beef. It was just we had a disagreement about something.
Oh, yeah.
Matt
But
Gaddy
you
is
discussed that on Matt Gaddy's episode.
We did.
So it's old news.
We hashed it out.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid.
Is there any new beef that you might have, especially now with your growing fame as the Music Exposed?
My growing fame.
As the Music Exposed co-host?
I've had negative followers, from Music Exposed, so that hasn't really gained me anything.
Really?
I'm not afraid to cry, the Village Rouge. Shut up.
Wait,
I'm not.
But how would you lose followers by being associated with me? I mean, your stream is clearly more memey than mine. Is it because we are too serious?
I don't think people. I think people like in watching my stream. Have you ever seen the movie Requiem for a Dream?
I have no idea if I have seen it. What is it about?
If you've seen, what is it about? It's kind of tough to describe. It's basically about a drug addicts like spiraling out of control, but it's done in a very visual. Yes, you would remember if you've seen Requiem for a Dream.
Okay,
but
probably didn't.
There's the like television / game show commercial scene early in the movie, like that he's watching when he's super high. Like, that's the experience of watching my stream. It's about living a complete nightmare.
I mean,
that's exactly what it is.
My stream, people always say that my stream is they ask if they are on drugs themselves, or if I am on drugs, or if everybody is on drugs. So
I feel like your stream is watching an adult version of Blue's Clues.
Oh, fuck off. I hated Blue's Clues. No.
Or what's the show? I didn't watch kids shows by that point. You're like the girl, it's Lazy Town, I think it's called. The cooking by the book girl. You're the cooking by the book girl.
What?
That's who you are.
Why?
Gotta do the cooking by the book. Yeah.
I'm not a fucking, she looks like a chicken or something. I don't know.
You just changed, that's why you changed your hair. You were so tired of being compared to the girl from, I think that show is called Lazy Town. You were so tired about being compared to Lazy Town girl that you had to go Amy Lee. Sarah looks more like a goose than a chicken.
By the way, the hype train is going away. It's like slipping out of from our hands. It's slipping, guys. I just started cooking by the book.
I guess.
I'm
the villain. I'm more like I like to think of myself as more of like a Krang, like from Ninja Turtles. Like if I were a villain, I'd be a Krang because I would talk like this all the time. Yeah.
Wow.
Or a Gargamel.
Okay.
I could do Gargamel.
I don't think you're the villain of this show, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I think people. I think people don't realize that I'm actually the villain, but I'm just very good at disguising, and wrapping my questions, my problematic questions, in seemingly innocent things.
All women are perfect, and
that is very true.
If a woman says something, you absolutely have to listen to it.
Yes.
And that's why people listen to everything you say with absolute reverie.
Obviously.
And the respect it deserves.
Yeah, obviously. Thank you so much for being part of that hype train. I really appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, we really appreciate that. It makes a huge difference for the show and for me streaming.
For you streaming, yeah, I know, right?
I know that somebody posted, I wanted to see that earlier. Yeah, I should write, somebody posted Endura said, she indeed should have written a happy, upbeat song about her friends dying of heroin OD. Okay. Here's the deal about that fucking song. It's not that it shouldn't be a sad, depressing song. It's that song is horrible for many reasons. First of all, it just goes on for fucking ever. That song is like 75 minutes long. Like, you get the fucking point. It just goes on and on and on and on. It's like I would much rather overdose of heroin than listen to that fucking song. And then second of all...
Says somebody who's never done that.
I don't. And there's nothing remarkable about it
obviously you haven't because you're still here.
It just goes on forever. It's less... Is that song... All right, I'm Googling that right now. Angel by Sarah McLachlan. Is it really less than 5 minutes long?
Yeah, but don't play it on the stream because, I'm
not going to play it on the stream. I'm just looking up how long it... That's all I want to know.
I don't know.
I'm familiar with copyright.
I kind of want to Google the lyrics right now. What is the name? The song? Angel?
It's called Angel by Sarah McLachlan.
Sarah. That's how you say her name. You know how I would say that name?
Mclachlan. Sarah McLachlan.
Yes. That would be like Sarah McLachlan. McLachlan. And it's McLachlan?
McLachlan.
What? Again.
Typical guy says something is way longer than it actually is.
Wait.
I don't commit to anything being long. Get the fuck out
of here.
Okay,
how do you say it again?
Sarah McLachlan.
McLachlan?
Yes, McLachlan.
Sounds like you have something stuck in your throat.
I don't protest too much.
I would say... I don't know how to say that name. Here. If you didn't tell me, I didn't know how to say that name.
This album, that song is 4 minutes and 30 seconds long, so you are correct. Every song off this fucking album is garbage. All the singles off this album, so I'm looking at it. The second album is called Surfacing. You got Building a Mystery, which is a fucking ripoff of other songs at the time. Sweet Surrender, terrible. Adia, also fucking horrible. I might hate that song almost as much as I hate the song Angel. This album is trash. When you have so much good stuff on the first album. Damn it, Sarah McLachlan, what happened to you? Why did you fall asleep in between your two albums? What happened?
But
I don't understand.
Was she good before?
I liked her. I liked Fumbling Towards Ecstasy.
I have no idea what you're talking. I'm just nodding.
Possession is a great song. You don't listen to Sarah McLachlan.
No, I don't listen to Sarah McLachlan.
I'll remember.
I don't know.
I would take that song over. I would take that song over the other songs I just referenced, especially Angel and Adia. Okay, so Adia was one of those songs that suffered from being overplayed like hell because for whatever reason, like I said, at the end of the 90s, early 2000s, so I grew up in Detroit, and that was right around the time that I lived there. And there was a radio station in Detroit. I talk about this with my sister all the time. 96.3 was the radio station that basically went adult contemporary. So it was the station in the late 90s and early 2000s that you would tune in to listen to Adia, Angel, and every Matchbox 20 song, like on fucking repeat for your entire life. Like that was the extent of what you would get. You might get that one more mellow Sugar Ray song. Like you wouldn't get Fly, but you get that every morning is it. It was just that, like 24/7. Matchbox 20, that, and then when Michelle Branch came out, it was Michelle Branch. And Michelle Branch, bring it. KJ she's a best-selling artist.
I'm gonna start a poll.
And this over-opinioned a-hole is
I'm gonna start a poll right now. It's called Sarah McLachlan, yes or no? What do you think? What do you think the results will be?
You're better than having this prick on. Oh, sorry for having an opinion. Did I offend you? Oh, cry, motherfucker.
Oh wait, I didn't even see this guy. Wait, where am I?
If I have a silence t-shirt that says I survived 90s Detroit. I survived 80s Detroit, which was far, far worse than 90s Detroit. Believe me, 80s Detroit. Well, I thankfully wasn't alive for late 60s, 70s Detroit, that's where it has the reputation from, is from that point. Make another poll for Sarah. I like Sarah McLachlan.
Did I forget the age?
Yes.
Did I forget the age? Does she have an age? I forgot.
Does Sarah McLachlan have an age?
I don't know.
What?
Oh my god, it's 50-50 so far. That's crazy.
I voted yes. I like Sarah McLachlan. I just hate that second album. It's horrible.
Okay.
I hate it. Pretty much Detroit is bad.
Oh, did you ever produce a song?
Yes, I've produced over 50 songs. I've done collabs for everybody.
He's actually a very good songwriter and song producer.
No, I'm just ranting because it's entertaining to make fun of me. You're allowed to make fun of me, and yes, you are correct. I'm an asshole. So if you would like to make fun of me for being an asshole, please unfollow me. I understand.
Why is everybody now mad at you for not liking?
Oh my god, are you gonna play Angel? If so, I'm leaving the show.
In the eyes of the angel. I don't know.
Oh my god.
I don't even know how it goes. I have no idea. Other than that, in the eyes. I never listened to that song because it's so boring.
It's so
boring.
I don't even know what you'd call it, because to me it's not moody. There are so many great moody songs. Like Tom's Diner, great example of a really moody song that I really dig. Tom's Diner, great song. I mean, I listened to nothing but trip hop for most of the late 90s and early 2000s. So I love that genre of music. It's just that particular song.
Who is your favorite trip hop artist or band?
Oh my god, that's a tough question.
Well,
that is a tough question. Well, let me think it out, because there's a bunch that come to mind.
Okay.
Snake River Conspiracy, definitely one of the ones that's up there. I mean, you have to give a lot of credit to Portishead. Yes. Even though Portishead became more popular and they kind of transitioned into being popular, the thing about Portishead is they essentially created a lot of the genre at this point. Yes, this is true. And I agree with that, Andrew. If music is to affect an emotional response, perhaps Angel is the best song Silence has ever heard.
Probably.
It's true. Like for me, apparently it's genetic. I was reading an article about this. I have a physical response to music I really like. Like I get goosebumps if I hear a song that I really like. And that's how I know when I'm writing my own songs. This sounds very silly, but when I'm writing my own songs, a lot of times when it's going from idea to getting to the place where I feel like it's getting more complete, or it's where it is, I'll have that same reaction to a song. But it is true, like songs I don't like, I tend to have a visceral kind of hate towards. Like,
interesting.
It's like I don't want to hear that song. It aggravates me.
Yeah.
And I totally admit I am overplaying. Like if Angel came on the radio, it would probably get like a fuck this song and turn it off. But since I'm on a talk show and my job is to create people being mad at me in conversation, I like your motorcycle, by the way. Since my job is to create haters in conversation, I'm coming out stronger against it than I probably actually feel. But if someone forced me to sit in a room and listen to that whole song, I would be very angry at the end of it. You know what else I would be angry listening to? What? If someone was like, all right, you have to sit in a room and listen to Creed's With Arms Wide Open. You have to like listen to the whole thing, no other stimulus, like put your cell phone down, just with arms wide open. I might lose my fucking mind.
Primo, thank you so much for gifting that sub to Red Walrus.
They call it Phrygian. But anyway, so Portishead has to be in that conversation.
Yeah.
Snake River Conspiracy, probably up there for me. They didn't do a lot of that kind of stuff. I love the Sneaker Pimps and the band that came after them, IMX. Actually, on a stream, was playing a bunch of IMX the other day. Lamb, for people who haven't heard them, they are.
I don't think I have.
You would, if you haven't heard Lamb, they would actually be a band that's right up your alley because they're kind of like a crossroads between trip hop and jazz. They have like Assassin's Creed. Yes. So you would, if you haven't heard them, you would probably really enjoy their sound because they have a lot of jazz elements in it, but they're still very low. You know who went away? They're so hard to find. But there's this band called Mono. Heard of all of them. Freak Show Drew, you and I should be friends.
Oh, yeah, you should, because you always have the same opinions on stuff, especially music.
Yeah, and I know that people are going to disagree with me because I'm counterculture. Like, that's always how I've been. Like, for me, what most people like, I admit I don't like. As I've gotten older, here's one thing I will say, because I was that guy. Like, if I was in my 20s, if I could have been that asshole that worked at a record store and told people their music taste sucked, I would have been that guy. Like, I would have been at the counter, like in the movie High Fidelity. I would have been sitting there like, don't buy this CD. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, why are you listening to Britney Spears? Like, listen to some real music.
I never listened to Britney Spears.
KMFDM, he drops a KMFDM reference on me in the chat. Drew, you and I should definitely be friends.
Yeah, but, wow, this is how besties besties just, find each other on a stream. Talking about bands that never anybody ever.
Sarah Mclachlan is horrible.
Very true.
I'm an asshole.
And also, Sarah Mclachlan won. Well, she won. Most of chat said yes.
I said, I like a lot of her stuff. Just that second album, it was like she literally passed out. Like something went wrong. Something went wrong in between those two albums. Like, I can't even describe what happened. It was just...
You never know. Maybe it was a lot of drugs or something, Those just...
Yes.
Oh,
Do you like... Yes. Hell yeah. Thank you for that.
Very interesting.
I can appreciate a good dick joke, but could you at least make a good dick joke?
I mean, it looks, I appreciate the effort of...
It's true.
Of that.
It's a lot to copy and paste.
It's obviously a copy and paste, but whoever created that spent a lot of time doing that. Do you? Yeah, I always appreciate the time of people like exactly like spacing out and using the right icons and stuff.
Friendly FEFFS. Question was ambiguous. I was voting that she was a good dancer. Can Sarah Mclachlan dance? I don't think I've ever seen her dance.
I don't even know what she looks like. I'm very bad with names. I'm just bad with names.
You were probably involved not listening to that type of music in that period. That's probably
when is this?
Well, you would have been super young in that period too, like late 90s, early 2000s.
I listened to music in that time. What are you talking about? I just am from the rock and hip hop. I'm just from the rock and hip hop era. Like
you were jamming out to some fucking Whoop There It Is.
Yeah.
You were tag team was back again.
Yeah, it was like Ice-T and Sean Da Paul and Eminem and System of a Down, Avenged Sevenfold, Linkin Park. Those were my things. I didn't listen to no Sarah McLachlan. Never. I don't know. Have no idea.
How did you avoid it? Like at that point in
I know the
90s,
song, but
Well, it's
I listen to good music, not to shit.
Sorry, Amy. I'm just teen dances 45 years ago. I am old. Shut up. I'm older than most people in this chat. I understand that.
Yeah, if nobody knew, he's a grandpa.
It's true. It's true.
I mean, technically, could be, right?
I only listen to Sarah Spitz. True. But at the same time, like, I feel like in the late 90s, that was your choice. Like, you had to listen. I mean, by that point, you were starting to get CDs, and if you had a lot of CDs, which I did, you could listen to them. But when you were traveling anywhere or whatever, like, unless you had that cassette deck adapter thing for your car, which I didn't even have a car at that point, you were stuck listening to the radio pretty much anywhere else that you go.
Wait, the lady...
standing in front of the mic and sliding her shawl across her shoulders.
Warrior, thank you so much. Muito obrigada por dar esse sub. Hey, Mr. Man. Mr. Man is saying, are y'all talking about the lady who sings over the sad puppies who need adopting?
That's true. That is Sarah Mclachlan.
Is that her?
Yes, it is.
Oh, I thought
that is her.
Because the first thing I was thinking about was, how much is that dog in the window?
Oh my
God. How much is that dog in the window?
Jamiroquai is so good.
Jamiroquai is so good. I agree. He's amazing.
People who have not listened to Jamiroquai, like, most people just know the one, or he's got 2 hit songs because he's got the one from Napoleon Dynamite. But Jamiroquai is really well produced music too. Like, if you are interested in music production at all, if you haven't spent time listening through the way their albums are produced, just stellar production.
Yeah,
really worth listening.
Yeah, he's really awesome. I always loved him when he came out because he made kind of he brought back the more like funky and jazzy music back to mainstream, which I loved.
That's great. And I feel like towards the end of the 90s, I've watched a lot of shows and talk videos about this, but like in that void at the end of the 90s before, you know, the boy bands came back and all that stuff started hitting really hard, you had a bunch of groups like that. Like, people forget that in the late 90s, you had like a swing revival. Do people not remember like Brian Setzer Orchestra and Cherry Poppin' Daddies and Big Bad Voodoo Daddy? So you had a swing revival. You had like jazz music coming in. You had bands like Us Three that were doing kind of like jazzy hip hop.
Yeah.
You had trip hop that was bringing a lot of jazz into the scene.
Yes.
But it was interesting because I feel like that late 90s scene was really diverse. Like, yes, there was a lot. Yeah, there was a lot of very off the wall stuff that was breaking out and becoming big. Like, one of the I love Todd from the Shadows. If you guys have never watched, Squirrel Nut Zippers are amazing.
Still, thank you.
If you have not watched Todd from the Shadows, which I love his channel, I watch a lot of his stuff. Yeah, it's the big explosion. I feel like ska came around that time, but then a lot later, like, you had that second wave. Like, I hate ska, I'm not gonna lie, but
I don't like ska either.
I can't stand it.
Like, it's not that it doesn't have good songs, because Madness, obviously. Aw, Sanchez, thank you so much for the resub. I really appreciate it. For 9 months, it's a baby.
Thank you so much.
But I think, like, bands like Madness, they have good songs and stuff, you know? It's not like ska in general is horrible. I just hate the saxophone ska type, because it's just it's like,
it's just not,
I don't know.
And I don't really like reggae either, and I feel like
you don't
ska
like reggae?
is just, no,
did you
not
just
my
call
thing.
it reggae?
Reggae? What'd you call it?
Reggae.
Reggae.
Is it what?
But anyway,
it's reggae, not reggae.
Oh, whatever you want.
Who's Ray and why is he gay?
Reggie. I've never heard that.
Reggie? No, it's reggae, and reggae is amazing. What are you talking about?
Oh,
Silence is right?
Well, anyway.
Fine.
It's
reggae.
US, it's reggae.
Whatever.
But you can call it whatever you want.
Yeah, it's good. It's still good. The last action.
Reggae. I can live. Like, Bob Marley music doesn't necessarily make me like want to drill a hole in my head. Like, I think,
God,
you know,
I love Bob Marley.
I can live with it in the background, but see, like, great example of where those two genres combine. All right, I'm ready. Here come my unfollows. Chat, go to my channel and prepare your unfollow buttons.
No, I think I'm also gonna prepare right now.
One of the worst bands of all time, in my opinion, Sublime. I fucking hate them.
Really?
They're awful.
Interesting.
They're where that convergence of crappy reggae and crappy ska and the worst of 90s music come together.
What do you think of Bobby McFerrin?
Bobby McFerrin is super talented. But Bobby McFerrin goes all over the place.
He does.
Like, Don't Worry, Be Happy is a little annoying, but Bobby McFerrin has like super talent.
He does. Have you seen him live? Like, I haven't seen him live, but I've seen him live on watched whole concerts.
Oh God, I hate 311. 311 is up there with. Gene asked, "What about 311?" I hate 311 too. I can't stand them.
You do?
In fact, I used to have a campaign against them. God, when was it? Yeah, during all that stuff, it just reminds me. I was in some channel discussing this recently. The problem with bands like Sublime and 311 and stuff like that is they conjure a very specific mental image for me of a certain type of person, like a late 90s, early 2000s, frosted tips, puka shell or hemp necklace, maybe the barbed wire tattoo, always wearing like khaki fucking board shorts, gigantic douche master, like level 20 douche master is the guy that likes 311.
By the way, can I just interrupt you? Yes. Potato, please read your Discord. Thank you. I'm sorry. I just wanted to.
No liking douche masters. It's just I like Presidents of the United States of America. I agree. They're kind of a bro band, but I agree. I like them. They had a bit more grunge. We were talking about this the other day. Since we're talking about music, I don't know how this episode became about let's talk about music Silence Noise hates.
I like it though. That's good because maybe next week I will talk about the bands that I hate,
Does anyone remember? Well, you still got time. We got time. We can talk about, since I know you were I was going to ask you questions about metal, but I knew that question would last about 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So.
Why? What do you mean? What does that mean?
Who's your favorite metal band?
I don't know.
Have you ever been to a metal concert?
Oh, yes. They're so good. I love them. I love mosh pits. They're the best, dude. I'm telling you, one of the best things in life are going to a fucking metal concert. It's so good. The mosh pits, the energy. I think as a jazz musician and blues musician, I've been to all types of concerts, but metal concerts have the best energy for the audience. Not hands down the best place. If you want to go to a concert and have a good time, it needs to be a metal concert because it's so fucking good.
Depends on where you live. It depends on where you live. Oh. And the issue that with the metal scene in a lot of places, like the metal scene in Detroit where I grew up was full of skinheads. So you were dealing with assholes and skinheads at a lot of those shows who were out to like intentionally hurt people. Like you would have that happen at punk shows too. Like a lot of times, especially, my sister is about 10 years younger than me, and we used to go to hardcore shows and punk shows, and there was nothing worse than when like that group of 3 or 4 fucking skinheads would show up. Yeah. And it's like, and I mean, I don't think you deal with that most 99% of people you're going to meet at a metal show. It always cracks me up. And I believe this is kind of true about Thomas as well. Like the biggest, most hardcore metal fans who like it the loudest and listen to those bands are normally like very subdued, kind of nice guys. They're just like very calm. Like you talk to them, they'll talk about a lot of that stuff, and it's I've been kicked hard in the head with combat boots at stuff like that, so I wasn't.
Oh, that's horrible. Ugh.
Oh yeah.
Oh
well,
no.
I mean, and it was always when those people were there, you'd always have issues with it getting way more violent. People would throw bottles, and people would, basically everyone would gang up on the skinhead guys, but that was always an issue. Yeah. But you get Skrillex is not your favorite metal band. Well, I understand. Yeah, but modern prog metal, I feel like, is the evolution. Like, I feel like you got rid of a lot of the assholes in the metal community, and now what's left is like the nerds. The nerd metal guys are what the prog metal scene is now, and I'm for that. Don't get me wrong. Like, I like a lot of that stuff. There's a bit of the math rock stuff that gets a little too far out for me. Like when people are just like, "Look at me, do fancy time signatures for 6 minutes." Like doesn't necessarily make a good song to me personally, but at the same time, I can respect it. And it's like a lot of these bands, I don't disrespect like the person who is pissed at me earlier, and they're not wrong. It's like, I'm not disrespecting Sarah Mclachlan because I hate that song. I actually think Sarah Mclachlan is a great artist, and there are a lot of artists that I can't stand. I don't really have any respect for 311. Like, since we brought that up.
I need to understand. Listen, I'm so bad with names that I need to understand who 311 is.
So do we need to have like a Discord listening party to just listen to horrible music?
Yes, at some point we need to, because I really don't know. I'm just really bad at names. I know the bands, you know what I mean? Like, I know the songs and the bands, but I'm so bad with names. Sounds like,
that's all 311 songs, basically. That's down or whatever, but a lot of their songs are white guy reggae put to ska guitar.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is. Yeah, the bassist of 311. Who, if you haven't seen that video, chat, the video, look up the greatest hit of Disturbed, which is a great YouTube big video. The greatest hit of Disturbed. We can talk to Thomas about that. Like, it's not that the band itself is bad. I mean, plenty of people play in bands where they don't love the music, but once you're in a band that makes it, it's like, what are you going to do? You have to, you know, you have a label contract, you're beholden to what the label wants. Maybe you want to do something more creative, but you don't get that. You didn't get that flexibility back then.
Yeah.
It was like, if you weren't writing hit singles, you were basically handing over your master's library. You weren't able to play. You weren't able to keep your band name. Like, the record labels owned your ass. You know, so who knows if they, as artists, like, if I sat down with the guys from 311, I would be like, all right, fuckheads, I hate everything you do. It wouldn't be like that. It would be like, well, what did you want to do? And I understand that for some people, you know, that's what they want. But let's talk about, before we get too far,
Warrior! Wait. Warrior, thank you so much for gifting that sub to ETG Drummer. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
ETG deserves it.
Yes.
But does everybody remember that brief period? And I was just talking about this last weekend. That brief period in the late 90s when Nickelback was cool. And now, like, everyone hates Nickelback.
Why?
And I'm not talking
I don't know why, by the way.
I'm not talking about because they... I'll get to that.
Okay.
But before we're talking about, you know, This Is How You Remind Me, they're like Pop Turn and all that stuff.
Yeah.
They wrote like a grunge album, basically. Not before all that, before Photograph, before all their pop hits. They basically, like, the song I remembered hearing first, and I played it the other day, was a song called Old Enough, which is like a really, they sounded almost like a Bush knockoff back in the day. Of their stuff was very grungy, like 4 years too late, which, you know, was kind of interesting. Godsmack. Oh God, I hate them. But Nickelback, there was a period, I didn't like them really ever, because I always thought there are bands that do better what they do. And by that point in the 90s, like, grunge was kind of moving on into that like post-grunge scene that I really liked. Yeah, Leaders of Men was in that area, or Leader of Men was in that era of the like 5 minutes before everybody turned on Nickelback. Like,
yeah.
And then once they, I think the reason everyone hates them, here's my theory, and you can, number one, they were just overplayed and oversaturated to death, which that's always the curse.
Yeah,
most
but
bands.
That's like, there are a lot of bands like that.
But then number two, there was a video that came out in like the early 2000s, or may have been something you got off Napster, that literally took 4 or 5 Nickelback songs. And you can still find derivatives of it with like 2 or 3, but it took 4 or 5 of the most popular Nickelback songs and literally just pasted them on top of each other and like adjusted a little bit for tempo and speed. They literally wrote the same song over.
That's very true. That's very true. But there is so many bands who do that, though. There's so many bands who wrote the same song over and over again, and they didn't become a meme. I don't know why. Speaking of memes, I think Thomas Frank is ready for us to listen to him. So I'm very, very excited to present him to you. And then after, we're going to do the bulletin board. And then after that, we're going to have a little conversation with him and ask him about all the tea that he doesn't have. I wish he had more tea. I wish he was more problematic. So it would be, you know, but maybe he will share the tea on things that
just ask him questions about Matt Gaddy. I'm sure I'll have plenty.
Oh yeah, and Maxidrums, I'm sure he knows all the tea, all the personal things.
Bring forth the metal.
Anyways, let's listen to Thomas Frank perform, and here is Thomas Frank 93.
Hello guys, how are you all doing? Let's rock out, guys. My name is Thomas Frank, and let's rock.
Something you make for every chance that you take, there's a price that you must pay. I never run away. It's scared to believe it. You don't need to run away. I can't say what's on every day. No, you won't run away. You tell me things, don't believe in me. You fight for me.
Nice. Guys, thank you all for being here. Let's go with one more song. Let's go. I hope you guys like Pokemon. Guys, I hope you really enjoyed that.
That was really,
let's head over to Philadelphia.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was really good. Oh my god, Thomas Frank is always so so energetic, and I really love his just skills. He's super amazing.
I love his skills. Nunchuck skills.
He has like such skills. Oh my god, I can't even.
Oh my god.
No, I think he's actually amazing.
Nipples. Where do you stand on rainy nipples?
No, his Thomas Frank always really just baffled me with his very amazing. Thomas Frank, thank you so much for the raid. Also, bulletin board, right? We're gonna do that really quickly before we have the interview with Potato Frank. Let's go. Hit that song. Bringing you the things that you never seen. Open up want to sing with it. Discovery.
I feel like this is what the show needed. It needed like 6 of me on screen, obviously.
It needed dancing silence in a windbreaker. Sorry guys, I'm ruining the video for you.
No, it's fine. Ruin it.
Okay, you're up. Silence.
All right, let's do it. First and foremost, before I get into the bulletin board, I have 2 announcements to make. The first is, as always, if you are a streamer and you have a new release, an upcoming stream that we should know about, a charity event, anything like that, or an announcement that you need us to share with our community, please make sure you send that to us on social media or Discord or wherever. Before the last couple of weeks, we've had a lot less entries than usual. So obviously, please keep me in the loop. Or if it's one of your favorite streamers and you know they have something coming up, you can share it for them. So I know a lot of you follow people in the music community. So please make sure that you let me know when new releases come out, because we want to share them and promote them on the bulletin board. That's what the bulletin board is for, is to promote other people. The second announcement, a lot more somber. Everybody in this chat, I know most of you probably know.
It's really beautiful. Sorry.
What? Hold on. So a lot of you, serious for a second, serious. So a lot of you in this chat know Darth Rips. He's a massive supporter of the music community. He's like mod for 1 million channels. He's in this channel all the time. He's everywhere. Unfortunately, he lost a parent last night.
Oh.
So if you have not sent a message, join his Discord. If you're in his Discord, just post something nice. Send some love over to Darth Rips. Amazing dude. He is so supportive for everyone else. Like, that man spent hundreds of hours in other streams. So yeah, unfortunately, he's having a rough time. Make sure that you give him some love, give him some support, be there for him if you can. And as I said, I know that he's a guy that's been there for me and a lot of other streamers at this point. And it's really sucky news and a sucky experience to go through. So please send him some love. So on to the quick announcements. We got a new release this week from Venus, aka Venus World. For those of you who don't know her, twitch.tv/Venus World. She dropped her new single. It's called Her. And actually this week, I'm going to try to do this every week with the bulletin board if I can keep up with it. These are available now on musicexposed.show. Normally I would have them up a couple minutes after the show, but musicexposed.show, these releases are already up. So you can listen or watch the new song from Venus right there already. Then we have another release. Moonlight Social is like keeping us in business right now. I'm not sure what's going on with them, but they've released 3 singles over the last 6 weeks. And Moonlight Social just dropped a new one. It's one of their most ambitious songs they've ever released. It's taken on some big causes. It's called An Ode to Humanity. Very, very cool song. I got a chance to listen to it last week. I heard about it right after the show, actually. So I threw it on this week's bulletin board. So that is also available over at musicexposed.show. And then finally, there's a big charity stream coming up. If you don't follow Richie, Richiii, or Christy Cates, anybody in that circle, coming up on July 14th through the 16th, so I'll probably announce this again next week, there is a second annual Summer Streams fundraiser that's kicking off with 18 women that inspire in the arts. So it's going to be a big fundraiser with all female artists, musicians, and streamers. There'll be special giveaways from their partner Harmon, all while fundraising for the Broadcast Her grant. So to raise funds for that to help support other female musicians. So make sure you check that out. If you don't follow Richie or Christy Cates, you've got that. So again, Venus with the new release, Moonlight Social, and the Summer Streams fundraiser coming up, and that is our bulletin board.
Thank you so much, Silence. Claps. You're horrible. You're horrible to yourself. Thank you so much.
I suck though.
If you have more stuff, this is literally free promotion. So, you know, just let us know on Twitter and beforehand.
No strings attached, except you might have to, you know, talk to me for 2 seconds.
Yeah, you might have to answer to a tweet or to silence noise. I know that's unheard of, and that's really weird, and I wouldn't want that. But, you know.
I might rant and rave about Sarah Mclachlan in your DMs.
Yes, and then I will.
If you would like to continue the argument, in DMs,
please hit him up, and it will make me lose all my followers, obviously. Well, Thomas Frank, thank you so much for that raid, and I'm going to present to you now that he got into the studio, the one and only Satan-wearing mask, Thomas Frank!
Guys, thank you so much for having me.
Hello!
Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing?
How are you?
I'm doing great. Enjoying the stream, guys.
Tell us
how is it to be here to support America on America's birthday?
It feels amazing. You guys did a great job in getting the most American streamer.
It's true
to be here.
You know, I don't know if you caught the beginning of the stream, but you probably didn't. But I sang "Happy Birthday" to Canada.
She did. For America's birthday, she sang "Happy Birthday" to Canada.
Yeah, it was great. I think if anybody is very patriotic. Thank you, patriotic. You might hate me now, so that's okay. I didn't care about your opinion, anyways. So Thomas Frank, tell us about you. Who are you for all the people who don't know you yet? Who are you? What do you do? And why do you look like Keanu Reeves?
Honestly, no. Keanu Reeves looks like me, first of all.
I see.
Okay. Yeah. No. So, my name is Thomas Frank. I'm from Argentina. I'm a guitar player and musician. And I stream here on Twitch 4 days a week, fortunately. But yeah.
Awesome.
What else? Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Warrior, for the 128 bits, and
you know what? I have
for
some
gifting
drama.
that sub to
Sunfire. Since Sunfire is here, I want to discuss this because Thomas Frank is so tied. Here's my beef with Thomas. I got beef with Thomas. Thomas wouldn't post,
me?
Yeah, he wouldn't post the stream dog status on Sunfire's Instagram.
True.
My Instagram last week.
True.
He posted, "I will not do this."
Yeah.
So apparently, Thomas Frank is he's too proper for something.
Yeah, he would never.
No. Wait, I'm already a mod for Sunfire.
Yeah,
so
he's already
kind of the same thing, man.
True. He's kind of already a dog, you know?
So you're basically already a stream dog?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm a slave, basically.
That's true.
Like, remind me of this, remind me of that. Mods, can you pass this song? Can we get a shout out? Mods, remind me of this, remind me of that.
Well,
that's basically being a mod for Sunfire.
So, but would you say you're more of a mod for Sun? Because I know you as, I first got to know you as a mod or as a person in Sunfire's chat. When did you and then all of a sudden you streamed, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I didn't know this person streamed. How did that happen? How did you gain the inspiration to start?
It started, I was kind of in a rough spot at that time when I discovered all of the Twitch music scene. I was having like some trouble with my current music career, what was going on with me here in Argentina. So I was like, I discovered that and I thought it was amazing. Like being able to be streaming from your home to the world and having everyone being able to watch you, I thought that was great. So after seeing people like Sunfire or Hero Moru, for example, I was like, okay, I need to try this. I'll give it a shot. Let's see what happens in 1 month. If I'm still liking it, I'll stay. And yes, I mean, it's been great, man. I've been loving it since day one. Being here on Twitch.
Oh,
how long have you been streaming for?
1 year and 8 months, more or less.
Oh,
nice.
You started just a little bit after me. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I'm celebrating 2 years tomorrow. Crazy. Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought you started way after me. Like, I don't know.
No, actually no.
Oh, no. Interesting. I just
it's
found
been
you too late.
A slow growth, but
Sarah just clearly ignored you. She was just like, "All right, there's some guitar douche. Maybe I should watch him. Whatever."
But
so where did guitar come from for you? Was there like a band or a moment that was like, "All right, I need to learn to play guitar," and really, what was kind of foundational music for getting started in that?
This is the least musician thing ever. But I got started on guitar through Guitar Hero, actually.
Oh.
I don't feel like that's least musician. I think that makes total sense. A lot of people did that.
Yeah.
I mean, many people are like, they see a band and they're like, I need to do that. For me, it was like Guitar Hero. I loved Guitar Hero. I played Guitar Hero all day long. And after playing that game I can't even talk for so long. There we go. And having a couple of friends that were also musicians, I was like, Dad, can you play me a guitar? It started all there from Guitar Hero.
Aww.
Was there a particular like band or artist from that or song that you were like, this is what's going to drive me towards the heavier music or towards metal?
Towards metal, it came quite afterwards, to be honest. I was like a really big AC/DC fan for a long time, for several years. And then I got into Metallica. And then someone introduced me to Steve Vai.
Yes.
And I got so deep into Steve Vai, then Paul Gilbert. Through Steve Vai, I got to know John Petrucci, who is like my guitar god, like best guitar player ever for me. And through that, I got into prog music, heavy prog.
Yeah.
So how do you said things changed and things started to be a little bit difficult when you started. Do you want to talk about that? What happened? Why it got more difficult?
Yeah, I mean, here in Argentina, it's quite common that bands pay to be able to play in venues and all of that.
Oh, really? They pay?
Yes.
The band pays?
Yes.
How is anyone ever a full-time musician then in Argentina? That's crazy.
That's the thing. It's really, 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 really difficult to be a full-time musician here in Argentina. Like, all of them give private lessons to be able to sustain themselves, basically. And I was like, no, I need to change this. I need to find a way to change everything. Like, it can be possible that I have to be able to, like, I have to pay to be able to play. Like, it makes no sense.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No, it was really crazy. So just before starting on Twitch, I was part of a band where I was basically a session player. But the thing is, I didn't pay for anything, for any rehearsals or the venues or anything, but I didn't get paid.
Oh, no. Okay.
So I was like, no, I'm done. I left that band soon after starting Twitch. And I dedicated 100% of my musical time on Twitch.
So has it been paying off for you so far?
Yeah, way better than here, yeah.
Yeah.
Makes than sense. What I've done IRL, it's been way better, man.
And
like, definitely.
How would you how would you, as somebody who has, toured or has played on stage and played gigs, how would you compare that to playing on Twitch, and what do you think are the cons and pros? What is there anything you miss, or do you think, like, what are the differences in your experience?
I miss really much the loudness of an amp. Honestly,
yeah,
I really miss the loudness of an amp and having the drums hitting the chest.
Yeah.
That's the most that I miss from playing live, to be honest. But then it's like Twitch is amazing, man. I'm super happy with Twitch, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's great. Like the love that you receive from the viewers, it's way more than what I've received from people that came to see me live. That it's crazy. It's crazy.
How different
how do you get people?
Sorry.
How do you get people to actually like you? Because I've been playing music on stream for a year and everyone hates me. How does that happen? I've never heard of this.
First of all, you start by liking raisins. I heard that that really helps.
Okay.
That really helps a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, you're doing great. What are you talking about?
It's a joke. Shush.
Yes, I know.
Go ahead, Sarah. What was your question?
I forgot, like always. It's just.
Wah, wah.
Oh yeah. So yeah. How do you compare the fans? Do you see a difference in terms of fans? Like how people talk to you. Because I, for example, as a musician, I always found the IRL audience to be more putting me on a pedestal, whereas on Twitch it's just we're all kind of equal, if that makes sense. Like we're all kind of friends.
Yeah.
We are, nobody puts me on a pedestal because why would you even? But you know what I mean. Like it's the for me that experience is different. Is it the same for you, or how would you compare the fans?
No, it's kind of it's kind of different for me because actually because it's kind of like I don't know. They said like you're kind of a guitar god, or you're like. You could replace some of the guitar players of Trivium, or you should be playing with Trivium. I don't know. All of that, I've received it from Twitch. Like, he's like the best guitar player of Twitch. And I'm like, no. It's that baffles me. I'm kind of like, no. Like, I don't know. Like,
okay.
I don't think that way. But in IRL, it's kind of like, like just one more.
Oh, interesting.
Another guitar player from Buenos Aires.
Interesting. So for you, it's exactly the opposite. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
99 Prey. Thank you so much for that.
Yes. Thank you for that resub 99. Lots of love. Yes. That's the silence. You can.
So tell me about. So I'm curious because I wasn't around. I've actually only been on Twitch just over a year, and before that, I hadn't watched a lot of streams. What do you think has developed the most about your stream? From when you started till now, like what was the kind of development process of your stream like?
Honestly, I think it developed like the way that I stream. It really changed throughout the a year and 8 months that I've been here. I remember that at first I was like super quiet. I wasn't doing any jokes. I got trolled quite often.
Yeah.
Thanks Yesternight for that. But I wasn't even loud or anything. And the longer that I streamed, I got like more loose and started doing more jokes and making, I don't know, funny faces or weird voices and all of that. But yeah, that's the thing that changed the most of my stream throughout the years.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So silence. Do you have another question?
Yeah.
Nope, no other questions.
Oh.
I normally give us little inside baseball on the show. Normally, I try to give a little break. Like I ask a question, then I let Sarah ask.
No,
a question,
listen,
then Sarah asks a question,
listen.
I do.
So
she just wants me to ask
I
all
was
the
just
questions.
listening because I asked so many questions at once because I was listening,
No, it's okay.
and now I'm just like, where are we?
So I'll ask this next question then. So obviously I know one of the things that has helped support your channel growth and stuff like that is that you seem to do a bunch of the talent shows on Twitch and that kind of thing. I know recently you were working with the Austin show. Talk a little bit about that. Like, first of all, what inspired you to do those shows, and like what has been your experience in being involved with them?
I've been on, I think, 2 or 3 talent shows, I think.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. I've been on I auditioned for the 2019 talent show that it was on August or something like that, on the Rush talent show. Then I got in the Rush talent show on December that same year. And then I got in the 24K talent show this year.
Right.
And it's just to show a little bit more of my playing, to be honest.
And did you enjoy it?
It's been that. More or less, to be honest. Yeah,
but
more or less.
Tell us all the tea.
What's the less?
Come on, tell us the tea. Don't hold back. We're on Music Exposed. Come on, Thomas.
It's kind of nerve-wracking because when you're getting introduced into another community, especially with the Rush community, you get all sorts of people that sometimes they kind of make fun of the Twitch music community. That's a feel that I had from watching other streamers and being there myself. Fortunately, I haven't had like a really bad experience there. Like everyone has been super nice, except for one of the judges. Once that he kind of trolled me, but it's been amazing. It's been great.
Yeah. So
what? Yeah. Do you find that the people that follow you, or do you find like you've had like longtime supporters or longtime followers come from the talent shows?
Damn, nice question. I honestly,
that's a good question. Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely something I'm curious about because you see, like, on a lot of those shows, like, you get like a nice flood of followers of people from that community. But I think everybody knows, like, as a music streamer, our bread and butter is like the regulars. It's the people that hang out and that are there. Yeah. So I'm curious because I'd probably ask this question of anybody that was in these shows. Just say no. The chat says.
No, I mean, many times they stay here for a week or two, and then they leave. And then you see them again 3 months later, 4 months later. But most of my followers, like that, they're here every single time, every single day. They're like not from the talent shows.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
I have.
It's a really good bump, though.
Yeah, I feel like I also have the opinion that things like that, very sporadic. By the way, Warrior, thank you so much for gifting that sub to Andy. So like sporadic things like that, where you are on a big show just once or twice and not regularly, it doesn't really do anything for you and for your channel. It does maybe give you a spike in the moment, maybe the next day, but then that's gone. For growth itself, you would have to be on those things.
Well, and my question, often. I guess my question to both of you would be, because that's something that personally I've ranted about it. Like, I'm not interested in talent shows at all. And I'm curious, like, do you find that it helps to get the boosts of followers, even if they're not necessarily going to be regular viewers, because some people might be looking at your follower count? Like, I know that Twitch recently changed it so that you don't see the followers. You still see the follower number like under the name, but you can't get to the followers page anymore. Do you feel like it's helpful overall to channel growth, though, to have higher numbers of followers? Like, for both of you, has that helped you grow?
Not for me. I really think that follower numbers are really not important. Like, you can find streams that have way less followers and have, I don't know, 30 average viewers.
Yeah.
For example, I think that the talent shows are a really good way of exposing yourself to another audience, like a really big audience, but not necessarily for growth. Like, if you want to think about growth, I would go through collaborations.
Yeah.
Sarah, what do you think about that as far as the follower number? Like, do you feel that influences overall regular viewers or numbers, or what do you think?
Not really. I don't think so. I personally don't have that experience. If anything, it's you know, some people look at your stream and they look at follower numbers and they're like, oh, you're a big channel or something. That's like the only way somebody could tell, like, oh, is this a bigger person or a smaller person? It doesn't say anything about your actual size, though, because, you know, you can have 100,000 followers and just have 20 viewers or something on average.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So it doesn't tell anything, but for new people who come in, they're like, oh my God, this person has 100,000 followers, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
But also, it ends up being like kind of a popularity competition.
Yeah.
For sure.
Me. By the experience that I've been there, it's been every single time a popularity contest.
So streamer-wise, who are the ones that inspire you the most? And, you know, I mean, I'm sure there are music streamers or streamers in general who inspire you as a streamer. Who are those?
Okay. So Sunfire, for example, it's been a really big influence on me, of course. She's the one that guided me.
Instagram. I'm glad you like my Instagram.
Yeah. I love it, man. The stories with Sammy, man, are amazing.
So good, right?
She's really cute. She's really cute. Sunfire, like she guided me through the whole streaming, learning how to use OBS, how to get alerts, how to kind of entertain viewers also.
Yeah.
Because one thing is to stream, another thing is to entertain.
Yeah.
Then I have like Hugo Moreau, like he's also really good guitar streamer.
He's awesome,
Like, his ear on listening songs and getting them playing, it's insane, like honestly. And like I try to kind of be like a combination of Sunfire and Hugo Moreau mainly. And then Lara 6683, I think it is. Like, we all know Lara. Also for her musicianship, like also it's insane what she can do by listening a song like once, and she's like, oh yeah, it's like this, like this, like this.
Yeah, cool. So I saw your dad recently in your stream.
Yeah.
And has he been always there? Because I don't remember seeing him before. Is that a recent thing? And if not, what? So how do you how do you feel about that? Because I, for example, I'm somebody who has my mom.
Tell us about your dad.
Tell us about your dad.
No, he's amazing. From the beginning, he was like, okay, I don't know if you're kind of wasting your time. Like, he didn't get how the Twitch thing worked.
Yeah.
And as the months went by, he kind of started understanding on how you can actually make a living from Twitch, for example. And then he started, like, I think October last year, like he started hanging out every single stream, most of the streams here, and like it's awesome. Like,
yeah, you like it?
It's I love it. I love it when he's there. Not so much when I did the Twitch things, because I know that he's like a really he really critiques singers most of all.
Yeah. Oh.
So I was like, yeah, for sure he's going to be cringing the whole stream.
He probably did.
That. Yes. I'm pretty sure he did cringe quite a lot.
I love that though, because as somebody who has like her mom as a mod, you know, and all of that, I love that the parents are so supportive, and we need to give a clap for all the parents who support their children doing this. It's really awesome, because not everybody is lucky.
How do you get that? You guys are telling me all these secrets today of how you get viewers and how to get supportive parents.
No, I don't
have any of those things.
I'm just saying that's awesome. That's something we need to highlight, because many people, or most people actually, are not that lucky, unfortunately, and it's actually very sad.
Yeah.
So
I'm one of those people for sure.
Yeah, that's why, you know, it's awesome when it happens. So we need you.
Yeah, does anybody want to be my supportive stream dad or stream mom? Feel free to hit me up on social media, right with the bulletin board post.
Hit him up on Instagram.com.
I'm definitely looking.
I thought it was going to be through there.
Yeah, I think make sure that I think that's what you should do. You know, we're also still looking for a stream dog over at Instagram.com/SunfireTV. So make sure that you follow over there and send messages. But it's definitely true. See, 3D Code Warrior is too much like my real dad. That's the problem. That's why I call him disapproving dad. because he disapproves of everything that I do, and he minimizes me into a little box. It's like I can write 100 songs, and to 3D Code Warrior, I'll always just be Depeche Mode cover guy because I did a Depeche Mode cover stream once. So that's all I am.
Yeah.
That's all I am.
Oh, look, he's saying he's your #1 fan. That's so cute. That's so cute. I love that. Oh, that's so awesome.
He's amazing.
Look, amazing. He can adopt you, Silence. That would be great. You know, I mean,
he doesn't want to adopt me. He doesn't like me that much.
Are you sure about that?
He likes to show up in my stream and tell me how annoying I am, and then be like, "Why aren't you playing Depeche Mode?"
No.
Leave.
I'm saying Thomas Frank's dad is saying he can adopt you. That's all.
Oh, okay.
Oh, my dad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
okay. Fine. Fine.
Well, good to know.
Fine.
Yeah,
good luck with that, though. Silence noise.
You'll be
good
sad though
that.
because last night's song was yesterday I was writing a song about pigs. I'm still waiting for pig noises. So if you owe me pig noises, please send those because the song is done. But yeah, so when you find out what I actually do, you might be less supportive.
Yeah, it sounds
Yes.
good though. Yeah. By the way, so I have so a lot of people troll you. You know, you have a very trolly chat. I guess you know you have the same.
Yes.
You have the same trolls as I do. It's sometimes annoying.
Yes.
You guys are sometimes annoying. But do you but we love you anyways. Do you sometimes get annoyed by people comparing your looks to Keanu Reeves, or do you like that? Is that something you like, or is that something you don't like?
I'm actually surprised about that, because many of my friends they're like, you look like you're totally not Keanu Reeves. Like honestly, you're not Keanu Reeves. I think they're the headphones that are making me look like Keanu Reeves. But
Probably.
It doesn't bother me at all. I mean, I kind of like it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a good person to be compared to because it's a person that like everyone likes Keanu Reeves, and he's like an internet, deity for some reason. So that's kind of a cool. It's like being compared to someone like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. They always come with the "you are breathtaking" all of that. Always come with that meme, man.
I can always every time I think about that meme, I always think about his foot. Anybody else? Am I the only one? Yeah, because when he does that, his foot goes in. He does this weird thing with his foot. Am I the only one who noticed that?
What the hell are you talking about?
No, I'm not.
Why are you watching his foot?
No,
Let's
but
do
when
with
he
that.
does that, do you guys not remember the meme? And he goes oh for fuck! I don't like feet. I don't care. But I'm just saying he does this weird thing with his shoe. Am I the only one who notices stupid stuff like that? I probably am. Okay. Well,
no,
you're the only person.
I notice it about other people, but I have no idea what you're talking about with feet here. I don't look at people's feet, I guess.
No, I don't. But do you not sometimes notice little details and things that?
Oh, of course.
You are this.
But not the feet.
But because he does it so weirdly, he goes oh, for fuck's sake.
Is there a specific scene or interview you can reference for this?
No, the moment he says you're breathtaking, he goes he goes forward and his foot goes to the side instead of going just back. It goes back and to the side at the same. Whatever. Ask your question, Silence.
I'm so confused.
Ask your questions.
We did ask Matt about this, but I do want to hear kind of your impression. How did you start to become friends with Max and Matt and kind of put together the Kappa Kappa project? And how are you guys feeling now that you've had a few performances with it?
It's been a lot of fun being able to collab with Max and Matt. I knew Matt through Sarah, actually. You're friends of Matt. You rated him a couple of times. I hang it out in his streams quite a lot. And I think we did a collab around November. And he was definitely one of the best collabs that I've had on Twitch was with him. And afterwards, a couple of months later, after collabing with Matt, Max DM'd me and told me hey, we should collab sometime. I was like, yeah, sure, let's do it. And he was like, okay, would you mind if I invited Matt also to be part of it? He was like, no problem. We tried that first Kappa Kappa collab, and it was like, it was almost like playing with a live band. It was like, I was that comfortable playing with them. And after doing that, Matt was like, guys, we should form a band with this. We should totally make a band, play once a month, and kill it.
And that's what you do. You play once a month, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and the plan I know was to try to get on the stage at TwitchCon too.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah, that was the plan.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
That was the plan. Unfortunately, yes, TwitchCon apparently got cancelled.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a bummer, but most probably we'll find like kind of a special thing to do.
So the whole Satan mask thing, how did that start?
Yes.
Why did it start? What happened? Tell us the story of your Satan mask, please.
The story of the Satan mask.
Yes.
So I was kind of last year I was looking for kind of a special stream to do once a month. Like kind of what Sunfire was doing with all her neon streams and all of that. I was like, okay, I could use a Satan mask. Most of all I'm playing metal, so it kind of makes sense if I got a Satan mask. I got it and I started doing like every 6th of each month I would do a Satan stream, basically. Of course 6th because of the 666. And I tried it for a couple of months. It didn't work out. Like I was like, yeah, it's getting kind of annoying. Like people are like, they were like, it's not like the best thing or anything. So I was like, okay, I dropped it. What I had forgotten about the Satan mask after I left, after I stopped doing that, is that I left a 666 donation item on my donation bar. And one day, a YouTuber named Jared Dines donated me $666, which made me use the Satan mask for a whole month.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay.
I was like, okay, I need to use this for a whole month. And that has been crazy. I honestly wasn't expecting to get that donation. I put it up there because of the meme. Just because of a meme of the 666.
Yeah.
And I wasn't expecting to get the donation ever. And yeah, it was a kind of a rough month.
Yeah.
From a donation thing. Yeah, the thing is, I have my in-ear monitors. You have, of course, in your ears. But then I have like a plastic band that goes around my head. And it's pressing the in-ear monitors way more inside.
Yeah.
So it's painful. After 1 hour, you're like, I can't stand this.
Yeah.
I was doing like the 3-hour streams.
Yeah.
4 times a week. So yeah.
So
thankfully, I got over it. Speaking
of that, what are some of the things that you don't like about streaming? You know, like for example, that uncomfortable. But what are some of the things that you don't like about streaming?
The things that I honestly, it's kind of weird because it's like, honestly, I really like streaming a lot. It makes you miss the thing of playing with other people as being a music streamer. That's the part that I don't like from streaming. Like, if you want to have someone else, you have like IRL. I mean IRL, not like through collabs or anything like that. You need to get like more gear than you have to be able to invite more people and be able to play with other people.
Right.
Also, sometimes the trolls, but after sometimes you kind of embrace the trolls.
Mm-hmm.
They sometimes can get annoying. Like, I don't know, like 1 week ago, I think, I was having like this troll that he was like saying, no, I've been playing for, I don't know, 20 years and I'm amazing and all of that. I challenge you to a rock off. I was like, yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
I hate those people.
I was like, yes. Like, why would you do that? Starting of all, why would you do that? I was like, send me a video and if it's like decent quality on audio, let's do the rock off.
Yeah.
We're 1 week in, haven't heard of him.
Of course. Why are there so many people? It's such an interesting thing about Twitch music. It's like, people there's so many like competency checkers.
Yeah.
Like I saw that a lot, and I see that a lot with that violin check too, but I see it with basically every music streamer of like, why can't you try this? Or why can't you play this? Like, is there a meme song that gets requested? Like, do you get bleed all the time? Or like, what's your meme
Probably
song?
Through the Fire and Flames, no?
Yes, Through the Fire and Flames. Through the Fire and fucking Flames, man. Yeah. I honestly, I don't know. I don't find the point of trying to test the streamer in playing super difficult songs. It's like, why? Like, why? Yeah, it's a crazy song. I can play it. Like, you're wasting my time, basically.
Yeah. It's the same with Giant Steps.
Yeah, it's exactly that. Or Blade With for all the drummers out there, or Dance of Eternity. That also, it's kind of a crazy one.
Now, do you write songs as well? Do you have originals that you put together, and is it something that you are still pursuing and like putting together material, or how does that go?
I used to write songs for my band, Hard to Kill. One of the first songs that I played, the first song that I played today for the podcast was one of my originals. But I haven't actually written anything in a long time, and I really want to get back to it. I was like kind of with all this copyright thing going on lately, I was like, okay, maybe I should start doing that on stream. In order to adapt to the new copyright stuff. But yeah, it's something that I kind of miss to be doing. I do have like my EP from my band, and I do have like so many unfinished songs in my computer. Like, I'm pretty sure that the same happens to you, Silence.
Yeah.
You have like so many song ideas.
Yeah.
And you're like abandon them and see where it goes.
Do you feel
I've gotten a lot better about that personally. Like I was just saying this recently because I did Song a Week for a year. And so a lot of those ideas, I had to use them. So I still do have some unfinished ideas, but it's one of the things, like, I recommend it to anybody that's a songwriter. Maybe you don't have to do the full year, but like challenging yourself to consistently get in a groove of like, I have to finish something. I can't put it aside. And even if I don't have a good idea, I have to produce something. It's just such a huge discipline.
It's really good exercise. Like, it makes you put out music every single week.
So for for both of you, do you feel like streaming kind of hinders you of writing music? Because, you know, you gotta stream so much and you gotta keep up a schedule. Do you feel like writing originals is more difficult now because you have less time? Or do you feel like you're actually more inspired to maybe write something or have more ideas as, you know, a musician?
For me, yes, it's kind of, it gets in the way. Streaming live, it kind of gets in the way of me trying to learn new stuff on the guitar or writing music. Like, it's kind of a challenge. I don't know for you, Silence. I think you have it a little bit more easier since you kind of do that on stream, don't you?
I do. Well, I haven't been able to do it lately with all of the computer issues. I used to do, actually, when I started, all I did was production streams and songwriting streams, but my computer can't do production without freaking out anymore. So I don't do that as much. But so, it does. I would say, I try to tell this to anybody that's a songwriter, that it's a double-edged sword, because it's the best thing I've ever done for exposure for my music. It gets me more people listening to the songs and more people that enjoy the work. But running the stream itself is a full-time job. I mean, coming up like, and especially a stream like yours or mine, where it's like you've got cutaway videos, I've got green screen scenes, I'm heavily orchestrating every song. Like, it's every song, there's the process of the songwriting, and then there's the process of building it for stream, which is why a lot of times what gets sacrificed is adding those new songs into the stream for me. just because I don't have time. Like I've probably released 4 or 5 songs that I want to start playing on stream, but I need to commit, 20 hours, 30 hours to just organizing them so that I can start playing them and rehearsing them and doing it that way. So yeah, it does a bit of both. It's a great thing and it's difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you also have all the transitions, like all the effects, like the lighting effects and the videos that you put on the green screen.
Yeah, so every song, I try to tell people that like every song, depending on how complex it is, takes about 3 to 4 hours to just program it to get it ready to rehearse and ready for stream.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, so it's about that every song, and now I think my set is up to, I think I rotate between about 42 or 43 songs, and so yeah, that represents hundreds of hours of work.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So we asked you to show us a clip of yours.
Yes.
And you gave me one.
I'm gonna head over to the Zony.
Yeah, we're gonna head over to the Zony and watch this. I haven't watched it myself, so I don't know what I never watched these.
You've watched it.
Oh, I have watched it. Oh, yeah. Okay,
yes.
well,
I'm ready.
Let's see.
I'm so sorry.
Call me. Call me, mommy. What the fuck? This is the greatest and best song in the world. Play the best song in the world. And we said nay. We are bad men. Rock. Whoa. Whoa. This is enough. Rock. 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 I don't know what the hell that was.
That was beautiful. I love that.
Yeah. Amazing singing.
You know what? People totally underestimate Jack Black. Like a lot of people are like,
yes.
"Oh, Jack Black's so funny." I'm like, Jack Black is a fucking amazing singer. Like most people don't realize till they try to do one of his songs. You're like, "Oh my god, the notes he can hit." You're like, "Holy crap."
So
that was a tough stream.
Would you want to pursue a career as a singer?
Yeah.
No, I would die of hunger.
I mean, you would anyways, living as a musician in Argentina, let's be honest, right?
Yes, I know.
Fuck that
you're
shit.
right.
Wow.
You're right.
That's crazy. So are you thinking of moving one day? Because clearly you want to continue, being on stage and gigging and all of that, but it's impossible in Argentina.
Yes, I actually was going to try to move this year towards TwitchCon.
Okay.
And thank you, Corona. You fucked me there.
Hey, Corona fucked us all.
So it's
where are you considering moving, or is that not public information?
Yeah, I
Tell me where you live.
Tell me where you live. No, I was thinking about the U.S.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
You're gonna be roommates with Matt Gaddy and his family,
and his
it's gonna be great.
500 cats.
He's gonna live in the Matt Gaddy studio, right next to the drum set. They'll set up a cot. It's gonna be great.
Hey, Matt, can you adopt me?
That's true.
Adopt your guitar player.
Hold on, someone play Angel in the background. So in the arms of the... For only $5.55 a month, you too can adopt your own ThomasFrank93. He can live in your basement studio with the arms.
Speaking of ThomasFrank93, why did you change your name from Arturius? And why was it Arturius in the first place? And what is the whole ordeal with you and your nickname? Tell me.
So the Arturius thing, it came up from a friend of mine from high school. Like he was kind of doing like kind of a poster or something, a drawing, and he was telling me like this would be like your first band named Arturius.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, it was like a really good CD cover. I was like, okay, yeah, I kind of like the name. So I kind of embraced it and used it in games, usernames and all of that. So when I started Twitch, my first username was Arturius93. And after I decided to start streaming music, I was like, yeah, I can't use that name.
Yeah.
So in order to keep like kind of a marketing thing, an easier marketing thing, I was like, okay, let's switch it to my name, Thomas Frank. Let's use that. So I made ThomasFrank93 for every single platform.
Yeah.
I would like to be Thomas Frank only. I would like to drop the 93, but yes.
Why I didn't? So
common name.
Thomas_Frank was taken?
Actually, I never tried that.
Oh my god! Are ye what? That's a face palm, dude.
That's fine. This is fine.
This is
It's
fine.
fine.
This is fine.
Yes,
You never
fine.
tried Thomas_Frank. Somebody try that username right now and tell me if it's available.
No, don't take it away from me.
Try it right now. I can't.
It's gonna be my new name.
Yeah,
Thomas
I'm gonna-
_Frank.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Yes, it is taken. It is taken.
It is taken. Oh.
I mean, if Thomas Frank is taken, it's pretty sure that Thomas_Frank is taken.
Yeah, but it's gone now. It's gone. That's,
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's gone.
I thought you obviously tried it out. I didn't want to throw you under the bus, I'm so sorry.
No, I actually never tried it. I always assumed it. I always assumed that it was taken.
So, I want to ask another question. We actually is overtime, but what's overtime? So, what's the dumbest request you've ever gotten on or off stream? And this can certainly include, I don't know, feed pics from fans or something.
Fortunately, I didn't get any of that of the feet request or anything.
No booty, no bobs.
No, honestly, no. Thankfully,
Good.
no. But I got once a viewer that he was like, okay, if you play this Soda Stereo song, I will take off my trousers. I was like, what? Like, why? First of all, why? And first of all, no.
So you would take
Like,
off their
that was-
trousers, or they would take off their trousers?
No, they would take off the trousers.
And they would send you a picture, or how were they? How was the transaction?
Honestly, I don't know. I hope not. I hope not.
They would tell you. They would invite you to their rainbow party. That's what.
Yeah,
that's
most
what-
probably.
Yeah. Gosh.
So since she asked an overtime question, we need a music exposed overtime, sudden death. I have a question that is actually from a fan of yours. This comes from Keepy Streams.
Okay.
She says, because you're Argentinian, what is your recipe, or how do you make the perfect mate?
The perfect mate. I don't drink mate. I'm the least Argentinian of Argentina, man. I honestly hardly ever drink mate. Hardly ever drink mate. I'm really sorry to disappoint you.
Stupid question. What is mate?
Mate, it's kind of a it's like a hot beverage that you put like this. It's kind of like tea, so to say.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard to explain to someone who doesn't. Let's see if I can go. Can I Google it?
It's like a tea drink kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like kind of a hot beverage. Yeah, kind of a tea drink, but you don't drink it like tea.
No.
What? You don't drink it with your mouth? How do you drink?
Yeah, you drink it like but you don't put it like in a cup of tea. Like you don't put it in a cup. You put it in a mate. You call it a mate.
Okay.
So let me see if
confused.
I can.
I'm so confused.
No, it's really weird for someone who hasn't.
Yeah.
I'll take it to Discord.
Okay. Let me see.
Yes, it's a traditional South American caffeine-rich infused drink that was consumed by the Guarani and Tupi peoples. It is the national beverage in Argentina, Uruguay, and
I've never seen that. It's so cool. So you don't like it?
Honestly, no.
Why?
Honestly, I don't
is it
like
too
it.
herby
it's
or
way
something?
too herby. Like,
yeah,
way too herby. Yeah.
Do people get high from it? Because it seems like something that people. It seems like something people would drink for getting high. You know.
No, I have 2 stories with this. No, 2 stories not bad. I have. Now Uruguay that has legalized marijuana, they are making mate with marijuana.
Yes.
Okay.
And I once saw a guy in an airport, like an English guy, traveling with mate in a jar. And while he was going through customs in England, he dropped the jar full of mate.
Oh no.
So he got crazy saying, no, this is not weed, this is not weed, this is not drugs. He was going crazy. It's like many people can confuse it with marijuana.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
you can understand why would you confuse it with marijuana.
And he was panicking.
He was panicking so
Did
badly,
something happen? Did they stop him or something?
No, they made sure that it wasn't marijuana.
Okay.
That's it. Like, I mean, he didn't get into trouble or anything. But yeah, we kind of understand when someone travels to another country.
Yeah.
Like, maybe you can get kind of pulled over.
Yeah. Your dad says most important is that you share it. I agree.
Yes. That's the most important thing.
Always share it. Well, I don't have any more questions. Do you have any more questions, Silence?
Yes, Thomas Frank, tell us when you get to Matt Gaddy's basement, and I will join you guys there. I will be the guest vocalist for Kappa Kappa.
Okay. And because clearly I can't sing.
Yeah, I will help sing, and I will help produce along with Matt. So there you go.
Yeah, maybe Matt will have us like kind of hostages in his basement.
I'm sure that he would like that, because Matt is low key psycho. Like he plays this very wholesome character on stream, kind of like Miss Mary Lou, who's hanging out in the chat. Like they play these very wholesome characters, but beneath the surface, there's a lot going on, and anyone that knows Matt Gaddy knows he's low key crazy. We know it.
Imagine like kind of Matt waking you up in the morning dressed like Belle or Lady Gaddy.
No, I imagine Matt would wake you up every morning with Marty and Skeech. Like that'd be you'd wake up to like a puppet show at the end of your bed.
No, that would be terrible, and you would be overly happy. Thank you so much, Primo, for gifting that sub to our alt gal. Thank you so much.
He's like human SpongeBob, so it'd be in the morning.
Oh no.
So not only that, like living in Matt Gaddy's basement, you'd wake up to the sound of, kids being kids and running around and screaming and people chasing him around, and then all of a sudden you'd feel this furry presence on your feet. You'd be like, "Hi, Thomas, time to wake up."
Hi, Thomas, time to wake up. Hi.
I have a song request for you, Thomas.
Come on, let's sing together.
The fire and the flame.
Let's sing together. Ha! Oh my God! My dad. My dad used to like. My dad was normally. He's a military guy. He was normally a very grumpy guy. Now that he gets older, he gets more. Less grumpy. But he was a very grumpy father. I remember him as the typical military guy, right? And in the mornings, I am not a morning person, by the way. In the mornings, he would come to wake me up for school. He would come into my bedroom and start singing. He would be like, and his voice.
I am Henry the Eighth.
Yeah, his voice would be like. His voice would be like, "Good morning, Sarah. How are you doing today? It's a beautiful day. Rise and shine." And he would like pull the curtains open, and the sun would shine in my face. I hated him. So much. I woke up with hate in my heart every time my dad woke me up in the mornings. It was horrible. So I can imagine Matt Gaddy doing the same thing to his kids. Please, Matt, don't do it. Don't do it, please.
I'm sure he
traumatizing.
Does. Yeah. I'm sure he will. Oh, Matt Gaddy is going to wake up everyone like that. Matt Gaddy at TwitchCon, he's going to be the official wake-up call service with Marty and Skeech. They will wander around and wake people up.
No, that would be terrible. That would be terrible.
I'm going to let him in wherever I'm at. I will let Matt know the code or give him a key. He will know. So he can do that to everyone in the house. I will make sure.
Now I will not stay in the same Airbnb with Matt, man.
There's
no way I'm doing that.
You know he's gonna do that. You know he's gonna do that.
Yes.
Dude, I'm not gonna stay in an Airbnb with Matt either because I know he's gonna do that. And I'm gonna kill him. Do you understand?
Yes.
Because back then I was a kid, I would not have killed anybody. I'm grown now, okay? I kill people. I mean, I don't really. In a video game, obviously.
I believe it.
Okay, well, we are very overtime, but this has been super fun.
Overtime.
Wait.
It's overtime.
Wait.
Overtime.
Yeah.
Okay. Thomas Frank, Potato, do you want to share anything else with the viewers? Do you want to say anything other than Happy Birthday Canada, obviously? Do you want to leave with anything motivational, inspirational?
Don't challenge streamers.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
Yeah, please don't do that.
Everyone
I'm
go
tired
to Thomas,
of trying to play.
Everyone go to ThomasFrank93's stream and challenge him to play the hardest guitar song you know.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I'm gonna drop in. I'm gonna drop in some Jason Becker because I have a feeling
god,
that's
no.
not as well known.
Oh god, no. So I'm okay with playing Dream Theater, but not Jason Becker, man. That's crazy as fuck.
Yes. So challenge him to play some Jason Becker and tell him he's a noob if he can't do it.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Just ask
you
him
already do it though.
He can shred. I like that word.
Oh yeah,
can
they're always
shred?
like, yo, bro, yeah. Can you shred?
Play my
shred?
song.
What the
Play
fuck
my
song you know?
song.
Play my song. Streamer, play my song, please.
Yeah, that's how we imagine. That's the fun part, though. Viewers who, if you are somebody who does that, that's how we imagine you doing it. You look stupid when you ask that. Okay.
I actually have a sound effect that it's.
You do.
Streamer, play my song.
Yes,
every
he does.
5 minutes.
Hey, the thing is that does exist in person. You guys have both played live gigs. It exists in person because it's the guy that yells Freebird. That's why the guy that yells Freebird is a joke. Because Play My Dong is Freebird guy.
He has a beer in his hand too, and he has a very stupid cap on and a white T-shirt with stains on it.
Hey, we're coming full circle to people that like 311 and Sublime. We're back there. Bye, Freebird.
Well, Thomas, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. You did a great job. You always are, like, your performances are great. You're so fucking good at the guitar. And
thank you so much, guys. Really
lots of love to you, and I hope all of chat goes following him. That makes absolutely no sense. Follow him if you haven't already, please. Thank you so much for being here, Thomas Frank.
Guys, thank you so much for inviting me.
We love you.
Goodbye.
Love you guys. Bye. Bye, Potato.
Bye, Potato.
Ooh, that was fun. I enjoy Potato Frank. He's always a good sport, you know. But I remember when he started more not very talkative and not very funny, and I remember that time. So I'm really happy that he is evolving into this more, you know, talkative and funny. And
I think I'm gonna do the opposite.
Yeah? I
think I'm gonna devolve. You know, like right now I do all this weird humor and meme stuff. I think I'm just gonna get really, really serious. Like that'll be my stream trajectory.
You evolved
like,
too, though.
In the end,
you already have that evolution, though.
Yeah, but I need to evolve back. Now I need to be like super serious and just give like, I'm just gonna read like 10 minutes of poetry in between of each of my performances of songs. I'll be like, and today we are reading The Wilted Rose.
Yes.
By Sarah Gallitz. The rose loses all of its color. The world is dark and dreadful Amy Lee sucks.
Amy Lee can suck it.
Amy Lee can suck it. Rise and shine.
Rise and shine.
I agree with Andromeda. Become a robot. It's true.
Yeah.
So I can't. No one can be as cool. If you guys, I mentioned him in the music bulletin board, and he'll be up for a month. If you did not check out that song from Andromeda last week, and his stream is super cool because he basically is a robot.
Oh my god, shut the fuck up,
which is the coolest thing. Like, he types in chat and his text-to-speech reads it as a robot. It's super cool, actually, for those of you that have not hung out in his stream. Thank
you, Warrior, so much for the 10 euros. Muito obrigado. Thank you so much.
After you're done challenging Thomas Frank to play a Jason Becker song, head over and listen to Andromeda's robot voice in the chat, which is amazing.
Well, I mean, you could learn from me because everybody knows I'm a cyborg. I mean,
it's true.
It was, I don't know why that started. All women on Twitch
are obviously, well, it's because all women on Twitch are obviously robots because a woman would never be on Twitch.
Oh, yeah, true.
Like, to endure the things that you have to endure being a woman on the site.
Yeah,
like,
very true.
Yeah, why would you be a real woman and not a robot?
Yeah. That's true. But it only surfaced when I was at TwitchCon. Like, people only started calling me a cyborg the moment they met me at TwitchCon.
Yeah.
Not only a cyborg, but also an Amazonian or something. I don't know. I'm very confused at people.
An Amazonian cyborg?
Yeah.
So you were like built in the jungle?
Yes. And also somebody else said, I am like the anime version of women. So I guess I'm an... I'm like... Or like I'm the woman, I'm the woman version of anime or something. I think that was... You're
grown up. We've already decided who you are. Chat, agree with me. She's the adult version of the girl from Lazy Town. That's who you are. You're a giant adult child's show. That's what you are.
Yes, I'm Blue's Clues.
Gotta do the cooking by the book, Sarah, okay?
Gotta do the cooking by the book. Nah.
Yeah. Break it down, bitch! She is also lazy.
Sorry, that was, yeah.
I like it. You could look up the words and actually do it. Or you could play us out with Angel by Sarah Mclachlan, and I could do my typical Irish exit.
Hey, listen.
I'll be like, bye.
Hey, you have pissed off enough of my viewers, okay? So no more Laughlin. Mclachlan. No more talks about Mclachlan.
Everyone, if you wanna hate your life, just go listen to Angel on repeat for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It will feel like 6 years of your life have gone by, and you will understand what I'm talking about.
Yes.
And I said this in the chat. I understand some people did not have the level of torture I did with that song, because for like 6 or 7 years, you would hear it constantly everywhere. It was on TV, it was on the radio, it was everywhere. Go be in the arms of the angel.
That's why you don't listen to radio. I've never really listened to radio other than when I was very young. Listen.
You're young. You're young. You're a young kid.
No.
You didn't have to be in boot camp like your dad and get woken up in the morning to the radio.
To the radio. I sometimes had actually I had an alarm that went off with a radio, and it always in the morning had like really like AC/DC songs and like very high energy stuff. That was really great.
I'm old enough to that I used to listen to the radio for songs I would like to make mixtapes off of the songs I liked. We didn't even have that, so I used to do that.
Same on cassettes.
Like the shit you had to sit through and listen to get to the song that you were hoping to. And then what was worse is when you'd have like the DJ talking over the song. So at the beginning, or like where the song would always cut off.
Yes.
So obnoxious.
Right? Or like they would put their radio station jingle in it. You know,
yep,
like
exactly.
so annoying.
Be like, shut up! I want this song.
Yeah, I want to record it on my cassette here. Fuck! I've been putting my 2 fingers on those fucking buttons for 5 minutes.
Yes, I didn't have a dual cassette player, so I did not have the ability to do that.
No.
And then it's funny because Gene says the sweetest thing by U2 is ruined for me after everyone work an event. There are 2 songs like that for me. When I was in high school, I worked at a haunted house for 3 years in a row. And it was as an experience we'll talk about on another stream, because there's lots of haunted house stories.
Aww.
But they played the Halloween theme on repeat over and over and over. That was the only song. So for 30 days in October, hours a night, it was the hot. It was enough to make you crazy. And the other song that was like that for me is I worked for an events company and they used the song "Let's Get Loud" by Jennifer Lopez. Yes. I think you played that on a stream recently, and that song was the same. I'd have to hear it fucking 50 times a day during any of those event days. So I'm like, nope, neither one of those. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh well. We're very
overtime.
So
I like that.
Silence, is there anything you want to tell our viewers today?
Overtime.
Everybody go follow the Silence Noise. He's super awesome. I really, really, really like his stuff.
Tomorrow, I did bring this up as an announcement. Tomorrow, probably after or close to the end of Sarah's stream, I'll be co-hosting Twitch Finds, standing in for Johnny Gators with 5-Hit Dune. Tomorrow, I believe that's 3 p.m. Eastern. Hold on, let me give the time real quick. So I'll be over there at twitch.tv/5HitDune. If you didn't get enough of listening to me talk about nothing, 3 p.m. Eastern, I'll be over there. Obviously, tomorrow, everyone come out and give some love for this douchebag that is not on the show and sent Amy Lee instead. Sarah Jazz's 2nd anniversary stream is tomorrow. Please, I know I mentioned it in the bulletin board, send some love to Darth Rips. Like, I would love to see, like, social media accounts like Instagram, Twitter, like, we just need to give Darth a giant love bomb. Like, everyone, that man has given thousands of hours and thousands of dollars to the Twitch music community. He is everywhere. You know, make sure that you give him mad love. He's going through some shit, and
I'm gonna actually message him.
Yeah, so we all should be there. I posted in his Discord earlier, but yeah, just love and support for Darth Rips, man. It is, I've lost both my parents now, and I understand how much it sucks. Even if it's a good thing, like I know he was going through some health stuff. Even if it's a good thing, just offer support, be there. If you're a fan of Darth Rips, make sure you send him some love directly, and big support from Music Exposed to Darth.
Yes. Oh wow.
In the arms of an angel. From here every day.
Oh well, and there he goes. Go follow the Silence Noise. He's super, super awesome. Like he said, 5-Hit Dune tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern. Today was a very, very, very fun episode. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming out. Tomorrow, we are celebrating 2 years on this channel. 2 years! We're starting at 2 p.m. Eastern, I think. And we're going until the party is over, basically, until I say when the party is over. But it has been 2 years, and I'm very excited for tomorrow. I might actually bring back some old things. So if you want to see those old things, come to the very beginning of the stream, because that's when I will be probably playing all of it. Yeah, thank you so much to Thomas Frank for performing and for being here, and to Silence Noise, like always, for being so awesome. I'm also gonna send some love to Darth Rips and send him a message. Hopefully he's kind of okay. I mean, this year has been very straining for all of us. Very very straining. But that's why we're here. We try to make your stay, whatever, a little better by just trying to entertain, and maybe make a few stupid jokes. That's it. Tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern time, that is 7 p.m. Central, I think, or 8 p.m. Central, something like that, will be my 2-year anniversary. 2 years on freaking Twitch. We have a lot to talk about. I have a lot to thank, a lot of people to thank, and stuff like that. But yeah, sim, às 7 da tarde para os portugueses, 8 Uhr für die Deutschen, 8 Uhr abends. And yeah, thank you so much for being here, guys, for watching, for supporting this program and this show. I really appreciate it. And have a wonderful night or day or whatever. And see you guys either tomorrow or next Saturday again, where we have Ed Plays Jazz on Music Exposed at 5 p.m. Eastern. Bye, guys.